Like our video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.
Right now, things are happening in this tournament that nobody fully knows what to expect. There is a host nation at their own World Cup with their own fans in the stands, and this country was forced to play their knockout stage match in another country, another city, another stadium. FIFA did this, and nobody was held accountable. On the same day, a man broke the greatest record in football history. In his 7th World Cup, he scored a goal for the 7th time. No one had ever done this before, and that record is still under threat because there is a name coming up behind him, and that name does not stop. And by the time you reach the end of this video, you will see one of the smallest nations in this tournament is about to face the greatest star. That match has not been played yet. But even before it is played, it is already one of the most beautiful stories in football history. Stay with us because before this video ends, everything will become clear. Canada, the host nation, they worked for years to organize this tournament. Billions of dollars were spent, stadiums were funded, infrastructure was built, and Canadian fans bought tickets, booked hotels, and planned their vacations to watch this tournament in their own country. But there was a problem. When FIFA designed the format for this tournament, they forgot to calculate one thing, or they simply didn't care. Canada finished second in Group B, and the Group B runner-up faces the Group A runner-up. That is the rule, a fixed rule. And that rule sent Canada out of their own country and into Los Angeles. And think about that. You are the host nation. You advance to the knockout stage, which is itself a historic achievement for Canada because they had never done it before. And your first elimination match is in another country. This had never happened in World Cup history. What did Canadian fans do? Some flew to Los Angeles, some stayed home, and some spent days on social media talking about FIFA's decision. And what did FIFA say? That's the rule. It doesn't change. But who was this rule good for? For Canada? For South Africa? Or just for a format diagram that looked nice on paper? 3 countries are hosting this tournament. The USA, Canada, and Mexico. The USA plays on home soil. Mexico plays on home soil. Canada plays in another country. How does this inequality happen? FIFA gave no answer, and with that question spinning in everyone's heads, the Canada versus South Africa match kicked off. The first match of the knockout stage, historic for both countries, each reaching this stage for the first time. Canada's venue is in Los Angeles. South Africa, meanwhile, had arrived here like a miracle after beating South Korea in the final group stage match. The match began, and when the first big moment came, a situation inside the penalty area, clear contact, the referee looked and moved on. VAR did not intervene. Canada did not get the penalty. Now stop for a second. In this tournament, VAR looked at the Ecuador-Germany match and got it wrong. In Australia-Paraguay, VAR didn't look at all. In Colombia-Portugal, VAR gave a fingertip offside decision. And now in the first knockout stage match, while Canada can't even play on home soil, they also can't get a penalty call. Same tournament, same technology, a different outcome every time. Like, is this a system or is it a decision-making mechanism reinvented from scratch in every match? How Canada finished this match, you will see. But that moment, that missed penalty, has it burned itself into your mind? Good, because in this tournament, VAR is becoming a bigger question mark with every passing day. But this video is not just about VAR and FIFA. Because on the same day, in another corner of the world, one of the greatest nights in football history unfolded. And that night, one man stepped onto the stage, curled a free kick, sent the ball into the net, and the pages of history were rewritten. Lionel Messi, Argentina versus Jordan, 3-1. Messi started on the bench. Scaloni had rested him, saving him for the knockout stage, but he came on in the second half, and in the 80th minute, he curled a free kick. Low, bending, the kind where the goalkeeper never had a chance. Goal. And with that goal, Messi did something no one in football history had ever done. Score in 7 consecutive World Cups. Since 2006, every tournament. Alongside the best players of every generation. And always there, always scoring. Now read that number one more time. 19 goals, the all-time record in World Cup history. Miroslav Klose had stopped at 16. Ronaldo, the Brazilian legend, at 15, and Messi reached 19. But wait, because this video is not a celebration of Messi's triumph, because there is a threat approaching from afar, and it is not slowing down. Kylian Mbappe at 16 goals in this tournament. He sits joint second on the all-time list alongside Klose, 3 goals behind Messi's 19. But Mbappe is 27 years old. This is his 3rd World Cup, and the tournament has only just entered the knockout stage. He potentially has 5 more matches ahead of him. 5 matches, 3 goals for Mbappe. That is a week's work. Now put them side by side, Messi 19, Mbappe 16. Messi might score 2 or 3 more goals in this tournament. Mbappe keeps producing in every match. Do the math. If both reach the final, and they could, and if Mbappe has caught Messi by then, the final stops being just a match. That final becomes the greatest goal-scoring duel in football history. Messi versus Mbappe. Final World Cup. Could this scenario actually happen? Look at the brackets for France and Argentina in this tournament. They are on opposite sides. They could meet in the final. They already met in 2022. That final was one of the most watched matches in football history. Argentina won. Mbappe scored a hat trick, but the trophy went to Messi. In 2026 again, who wins this time? I cannot answer that question right now, but I can say this. If that final happens in this tournament, the world will drop everything to watch it. And now we come to perhaps the most unexpected story in this video. Argentina, Messi, 19 goals, world champions, the favorites among favorites. Against them, Cape Verde. But this is not just football. This is the story of stories. Cape Verde's goalkeeper, Vozinha. During this tournament, his mother was denied a visa and couldn't enter the stadium. That story spread across social media, and Vozinha played 3 matches, 0-0 against Spain, 2-2 against Uruguay, 0-0 against Saudi Arabia. Cape Verde advanced to the knockout stage with 3 draws, no wins, but enough points. Now Argentina stands in their way. On paper, this match seems already written. Argentina wins. Messi scores. They move on. But football does not always play out the way it is written on paper. Cape Verde held Spain to a draw in this tournament. Spain, one of the favorites of the group stage, Messi will play in this match because in the knockout stage, there is no more resting. And will Messi score against Cape Verde? Probably. Will Argentina advance? Probably. But inside that probably lies a possibility. And in football, possibilities can become reality. If Cape Verde eliminates Argentina, this won't just be a surprise. It will be the biggest shock of the tournament. It will go down in history. Vozinha's name will be written in every corner of football. Of course, our main theme here is 2 different stories and 2 different World Cup legends coming face to face. But in this tournament, it's not only Messi and Mbappe breaking records, because on the same night, there were 2 other scenes. Nobody talked about them nearly enough because Messi's goal overshadowed everything. But without these 2 moments, the story of that night is incomplete. And these 2 players, one 33, the other 40, are still writing the pages of history in this tournament. Harry Kane, England versus Panama. On paper, an easy match. Panama became the only team in this 48-team tournament to exit without scoring a single goal. Yes, 0 goals across 3 matches. But England wasn't exactly brilliant either. The first half went by goalless. England had the ball. Panama sat deep. The score stayed level. Then Bellingham stepped up. He took a corner, sent it into the box. Kane jumped, applied his head, goal. But that goal was not just 3 points. That goal ended Gary Lineker's 40-year-old record. Kane reached his 11th World Cup goal and became England's greatest ever scorer. Lineker had held that record since 1986, 4 decades, and Kane's header ended it. English fans went wild at that goal, but not just because of the goal itself, because Kane had been quiet in this tournament. The question, "Where is Kane?" had circulated in the British press for days. Criticism came, questions were asked, and then at the exact moment it was needed, he wrote himself into history. Football sometimes delivers justice like this. It comes late, but it comes big. Kane now faces DR Congo next, and he has no intention of stopping at 11. But the real surprise of this night was hidden on another pitch, Croatia versus Ghana and Luka Modric. Modric came into this tournament at 40 years old. Everyone said last dance. But the way Modric looks on the pitch doesn't feel like a last dance. It feels like something else entirely. As if time works differently for him, he steps onto the field, the ball finds his feet, the rhythm changes. In this match, he provided an assist, not an ordinary assist. He became the oldest player to assist at a World Cup since 1966, 40 years and 291 days. Read that number one more time. 40 years old, an assist in the World Cup knockout stage. And now Modric faces Portugal. Portugal have Ronaldo, two legends in the same knockout match face to face. Modric 40, Ronaldo 39. Both in their last dance, both still here. That match has not been played yet, but even before it is, just the thought of it is big enough. In this tournament, age looks like just a number. Messi 39, Kane 33, Modric 40, Ronaldo 39. The oldest players are creating the greatest moments, and every night a new name enters the history books. Kane became England's greatest ever with 11 goals. Modric at 40 produced the oldest assist in history, and the tournament is still only in the knockout stage. There is more to come. We are here, bringing you every match, every record, every unexpected moment. If you don't want to miss any of it, there is only one thing you need to do. You can show your support by liking and stay updated by subscribing. See you soon. Goodbye.